Mr. Brooks has nothing to do with this case.
Trust is being sued?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So
I got the paperwork right here.
all right, I'm going to excuse the jury right now, given this disruption.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Scrappy Doo Brooks fan club. Or maybe it's not a fan club. I don't want to say the other word though. I was going through all my videos that I'm trying to re-evaluate, and this part came up, and this is probably one of my favorite parts in the whole trial because I just found it to be hilarious. So let's take a look.
Sir, I'm not going to address any preliminary matters at this point. I've already addressed a number of things yesterday. The jury is to be brought out.
No, it was some things that need to be discussed about the paperwork from yesterday.
We'll take that up on a break. You can look over it. You can make a note and pass it to
I've
my clerk.
already looked over it, Your Honor. With all respect, I think there's
Don't you guys hate when he starts out with that every time? Your Honor, with all due respect.
some things.
Mr. Brooks, I'm not going to deal with it right now. It's paperwork. I just wanted it notated that you left it and now it's being provided to you again.
I'm not referring to that paperwork.
I'm not dealing with the paperwork from the clerk of court's office either. I am not the custodian. We're going to bring the jury out.
Okay, but she should know that she's trying to
Mr. Brooks,
get me to pay.
Stop. I am not addressing it.
It has to be addressed, Your
All right,
Honor,
I'm going to take a quick break and make sure the jury's ready. And
if I don't address it now,
He just keeps on talking while he's muted. It's like a child. It's like, mommy, 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 mommy. Even when the parent says no or stop or whatever, he still keeps going. Watch how he looks at the camera. Here it comes. Evil. There it is. Y'all got me on camera? Y'all watching me? Because you know, this is all part of my plea. This is all part of my master plan to file an appeal.
All right, thank you. The jury can come on out.
so we're not going to address this civil matter.
No.
And he starts
I was
back.
told to pay for something under a civil statute.
Mr. Brooks, I am not the custodian. Bring it up with the clerk of court.
How
I'm
can
not
I bring
addressing
it up
it.
with the clerk of court? How am I supposed to do that? So that makes me wonder if it's a
Mr.
civil
Brooks,
case.
the jury's coming out. I'm not going to address your request.
Some people will say all this is because she coddled him too much in the beginning. But all she was doing was trying to make sure he had a fair trial so that there could be no appeal.
Ask for open records. I'm not the custodian of the records, sir.
Being sued? My Sesty Trust is being sued?
Mr. Brooks, this is an irrelevant matter that you're attempting to bring up in the presence of the jury. The record should reflect these interruptions.
Before the jury came out, Your Honor.
And I told you I wasn't going to address it. Please.
Okay, so it's a civil matter. Who's being sued? My Sesty Trust? Because how can I be
Mr.
sued?
Brooks, you're talking about an irrelevant matter between you and the clerk of court.
It wasn't irrelevant when I got the paperwork from the clerk of courts. I was simply
Mr.
trying
Brooks,
to address it.
I'm not going to address it. The jury will
So I'm
disregard
being
these
sued?
irrelevant
This is a civil
comments.
matter? We haven't addressed subject
All
matter
right, thank you,
jurisdiction yet at all?
everyone. Please be seated. The jury will
We're not gonna
disregard the
address subject
statements
matter.
Mr. Brooks is making about subject matter jurisdiction. They are.
Okay, so the civil paperwork didn't do enough. So now let's jump back to subject matter jurisdiction.
A misstatement of the law.
Yes. No,
All right,
they're not.
and
Just like this is a civil case.
Mr. Brooks, the jury's here. Please
Just like
show
this is a civil
respect
case.
and decorum.
According to this document, this is a
Mr.
civil
Brooks,
case,
please stop.
which means someone is being sued. Civil is a suit.
Mr. Brooks, you're talking about an irrelevant
I have
matter.
the
I'm
paperwork
starting
sent
the
by the
trial.
clerk of courts right here that says it's a civil matter.
Mr. Brooks
So
has
what's
nothing
being
to
sued?
do with
My
this
Sesty
case.
Trust is being sued?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So, all
I got the paperwork right here.
right, I'm
How
going to
do you not
excuse
know
the
what I'm
jury
talking
right
about?
now, given this disruption. All rise for the jury.
Civil is a suit. I'm being sued. Civil is a suit.
addressed before the jury even comes out. That's why I'm trying to properly address it before we even went on the record.
Mr. Brooks, stop.
I'm not gonna. This is
You are not
I was
being
given
respectful
this
to this
paperwork by you, Your
proceeding
Honor,
or to
with
this
all
jury.
respect.
No,
With
it's
all
not. With all
respect.
due respect,
With all due
stating that
respect,
doesn't make it
I was given
respectful.
this paperwork by you,
Mr.
from
Brooks,
Monica Paz.
stop talking
the
till the
clerk of
jury
court.
is out.
Okay,
Thank you.
so why couldn't we address this before they came out?
I'm
That
not
was the
going to
time-
address it,
That
bottom
was the time
line.
to address it, though.
It has
We're
nothing to do with
supposed
this
do
court.
all the addressings before the jury comes out, before we start the matter.
This is part of him not understanding the whole legal process and the whole trial process, how this has nothing to do with this case. It is a separate case.
Please
I
be
was trying to
seated.
simply address paperwork that was given to me by you, Your Honor. That states that
Mr.
this-
Brooks,
it states that
you
this
have
is a
interrupted
civil
me
matter.
repeatedly. You are on the verge of being removed to that courtroom. I don't want to
On-
do
on
that.
what-
I want you to stay here.
on what
But
fact of the
you
law, Your
keep
Honor?
interrupting me and bringing up irrelevant matters. I told you yesterday, as a courtesy that was provided to you, so that you would frankly not complain that you didn't get it as quickly as possible. Okay, I am not the custodian of the records. If you have an issue with what was provided to you, how it was provided to you, then take it up with the clerk of
She
court.
can't
But
charge
from
me.
now on, I am not going to be the messenger and give you documents that you request to the custodian of the records. Or
This is right here is where she learned, okay, I got to stop doing extra things for him because he's just turning it around on me and making it worse.
from the custodian of the records. They will simply have to be delivered to you at the jail. But that is in response to your discussion or whatever we want to call it this morning. I'm not taking it up. All right? It is irrelevant.
It needed to be noted for the record.
It doesn't
Because
need to be noted, sir. All right? The
gave it to
jury's
me-
coming
you gave
back
it to me
out,
in
and I'm
open
going
court.
to warn you, if you bring this up again, I will pause and I will remove you to the next courtroom.
So he thinks because she handed it to him in this courtroom that it applies to this court case. It doesn't matter. You know what? We will never be able to understand the mind of Darrell Brooks, and that's just the way it is.
For being disrespectful, for being interruptive, for being disruptive, and for bringing up irrelevant matters in front of this jury. You will forfeit your right to be present for the direct examination of this witness.
I object to
Did
that,
you
Your Honor.
hear what I said,
No,
sir?
I did not. I object to that, Your Honor.
Well,
I object to that. Did you hear what I said? No, I did not, but I object to that.
you can object, and your objection is noted, but if you
For the
interrupt
record-
when this jury
for
comes
the
out,
record-
they will go, I will have them taken out again, and you will be removed to the next
For the-
courtroom.
You can't, what is the legal basis for that ruling, Your Honor?
Illinois versus Allen, sir, and all of the
And-
other cases that
and it
I've
doesn't
cited
say
previously.
anything
I'll
that-
make the appropriate record. Stop interrupting me. The jury's coming out. We're continuing with this trial despite your repeated efforts to disrupt.
That's a
Yesterday,
mischaracterization
sit
of the
down.
record.
Yesterday
Sit
alone,
down.
sir, 17 interruptions, not including the opportunity that I gave you where you spent 15 minutes, okay, discussing what were primarily either irrelevant or baseless accusations and requests not based in law or fact. I was abundantly patient with you yesterday.
And you still haven't
And-
verified by proof any of what I
And
said,
none
Your
of that
Honor.
is required, sir.
Because it
And
is. You can't verify
your
any proof.
belief
Where's
that
the
that's the
subject matter-
law
where's the subject matter
doesn't make it
jurisdiction?
so, Mr. Brooks.
That is my favorite line that she ever said. Your belief does not make it true.
Your belief that these are legitimate legal positions
They are.
doesn't change the law and doesn't make it so.
It's
So,
clearly
again-
relevant because you didn't want to.
I'm going to step off and give Mr. Brooks 5 minutes to cool off, and when that
I don't
happens,
need
I'm
to
bringing
cool
the
off.
jury
I'm
out,
not angry at all.
and then we will
I don't need to cool off. I've done my job. I've upset you enough.
I just wanted
Continue.
to. I don't.
Oh, my favorite part when he's on mute. Still going. So part of me thinks, okay, so everybody says, oh, he was doing this to delay and stall and all that. You know what? I I honestly think that he wasn't doing this stuff on purpose. This is the way he is. He is this way. And a lot of people say it's because he wasn't on his meds. But can you imagine what he was like when he was a child if he's like this now? Oh, my word. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching this little clip with me. I hope you enjoyed it. More to come. I've got plenty of stuff on Darrell, so don't go anywhere, guys. Y'all have a blessed day.